Welcome to the Washington Council for High School College Relations Virtual College Planning Day. Thank you very much for joining us. Before we get started with our presentations, we have just a few housekeeping items to go over. The first is that we want to remind you that to ask questions to the panelists, please do feel free to use that Q&A feature. You can pose your question to a specific panelist, or you can ask a general question to any and all of the panelists. Also, just a reminder that your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. And there are 2 other blocks of sessions today, so if you haven't signed up for those yet, please do feel free to do so. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website. Without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to our panelists. And up first will be Clark College.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. I'm very excited to share with you all today. Let me get my presentation up here. This presentation is for Clark College, a community college located in Vancouver, Washington. My name is Abby Thompson. I use she, her pronouns, and my job at Clark is to help students get started with us and answer their questions. So I'm excited to share about our institution today, and I am happy to follow up with you afterwards if you have any more questions. Like I mentioned, we are located in Vancouver, Washington, just across the bridge from Portland, Oregon. We have about 12,000 students enrolled on our campus every year. So we've got a very big community college campus. It feels a lot like a university campus. We also offer over 100 programs at Clark and have some nice intimate small class sizes at around 20 to 25 students. So if those are things you're looking for in a college, Clark is a great option. We also have several different campus locations. Our main location is close to downtown Vancouver. It's a 101-acre main campus. It's quite lovely. We have our Columbia Tech Center location on Eastside Vancouver, and Clark College on the Washington State University Vancouver campus for our health occupation students. So what else can you study at Clark? Well, we have over 100 programs offered at Clark. They divide up mainly into professional technical programs, so programs that lead straight into careers with great paying jobs, with lots more hands-on learning, and then transfer degrees. So if you're thinking you might want to get a bachelor's degree in the future, many students come to Clark first and earn that degree at a lower cost, tuition-wise, and then transfer to a university to finish it out there. There's also tons of ways to get involved at Clark College. We've got a very lively campus. As a community college, our students don't live on site with us. However, there are so many ways to get plugged in and be a part of our community. One of those ways is with our athletics program. We have a very active athletics program at Clark. Our teams compete against other community colleges in the area. At Clark, we offer baseball, softball, basketball, cross country, soccer, track and field, volleyball, as well as intramurals. Intramurals are drop-in sports teams so that you can get involved without playing competitively. If you're interested in playing sports at Clark, definitely fill out our athletics inquiry form on our athletics webpage. If you just search Clark College Penguins, you'll be able to find it. We also have really lively student life and student body experience at Clark, lots of community and cultural events. We do workshops and movie screenings and festivals, and there's always something to do and a group to get plugged in with on our campus, as well as our ASCC, our student body leaders. You can get paid to make decisions on campus and be a part of our community that way in a leadership position. So lots of things to do. You might not be living on site, but so many other ways to get involved. Now, how do you get started at Clark? Well, the first step is to apply to let us know you're coming. As a community college, we're open enrollment, so every student who applies is accepted to Clark College. We'll send you a welcome email containing your next steps and what to do. Then you'll complete placement and orientation before registering. If you are a senior, or maybe you are a junior or a sophomore thinking about doing running start, we'll start registering for fall 2021 on May 19th, 2021. So it's coming up fast, and we'll be registering for summer and fall at that time. So if you're thinking about getting involved with us, if you're thinking about getting started at Clark, this is a great time to start these steps. Again, my name is Abby Thompson. You're welcome to reach out to me if you have any questions for us. You're welcome to put those questions in the chat as well. And I'd like to tell you about a couple helpful little events we have coming up as well, so you can get plugged in with us and start exploring our programs. We have our Launchpad to College event if you're a high school senior and maybe need some help getting started with us. You can scan this little QR code and find the information. I'll also be sending it to you after this event. This is a great way to go from application to registering for classes. We also have another really fabulous event called Virtual Program Preview Days. We just had our first day of this event on Wednesday and got to talk about our STEM programs at Clark, but we have several other ones coming up focused on other areas of study. And so if you are interested in hearing more about our programs and the things that we offer at Clark College, this is a great place to go to get that information. We'll go back here. And if you have any questions for us, please feel free to put them in the chat. We're very happy to answer them for you. And we'll be in the Q&A, I'm sorry. And we'll be following up with everyone after today's meeting. Thank you again for being here today. We hope to see you on campus soon at Clark College.
Thank you very much, Clark College. I do want to just reiterate what was mentioned to any attendees who recently joined us. If you have questions for any of our panelists regarding majors, admissions, clubs, etc., please do feel free to drop them into the Q&A. But up next, we're going to move to Washington State University.
Hello, thank you everybody for being here. I had to make sure I had all the right screen set up, so hopefully this is working. You would think after a year of living in Zoom, I might be a little bit better at this, but I'm still learning each and every single day. My name is Kara Baker. I am an admission counselor with Washington State University, and I am really lucky to work with some pretty fantastic colleagues that are based all across the United States to make sure that we can serve our students and our families in navigating the college admissions process at Washington State University. So I work specifically in the Peninsula region of the state of Washington. So that would be Bainbridge, Paulsbo, Silverdale, Olympia, pretty much that whole peninsula western side of the state is where I'm at. But I, as I mentioned, have colleagues all across the state and in different states as well. So what we would love for you to do is find your personal admissions counselor or your rep that is there to support you, answer your questions, and work with you individually as you navigate what it means to go to college and specifically Washington State University. So on this first slide, you'll see a website, rep.wsu.edu. All you have to do is go to that site, let us know what campus you're interested in attending, where you're located, and you will have all the contact information with your personalized admissions counselor. Also, there's a little QR code on this page that gets you connected to more information. So if you're wanting to learn more about WSU, getting connected with updates, or maybe when an admissions counselor is going to be presenting in your region, that's a great way to get connected to do that. We are going to talk a little bit about WSU today. I know our time is a little bit consolidated, but there's some other things that I want to address in general, because when you're doing presentations like this, I don't know about you, but I get very overwhelmed with the amount of information. And quite honestly, everything sounds fantastic. I'm like, oh, I want to go there, or that looks fun. I want to do that. And so processing all that information about what do I need to take in, what's important, that gets, again, a little overwhelming. So as we talk about WSU, I also want to provide some tips or tricks on ways to choose a college or information that can be helpful. What I actually did is I went to different college campuses and I connected with college students and said, hey, how did you get here? Not did you fly or bike or run or possibly swim, but how did you decide that this school was the right school? And overall, what they said was there was about 6 different things. One, location and environment. So where is that school located? And what was the feel of the campus when they visited, or the interactions that they had with the staff or the students? So location. The other piece, academics. Student wanted to make sure they had the right programs for what the student was interested in, or if they didn't know what they wanted to do, that school could support that exploration process. But students are really smart, and they knew, hey, it's not just about, do you have my program, but are you going to help me graduate? And am I going to be employable once I leave that institution? So yes, academics, but also academic support services that students were able to get through school successfully, get that diploma, but then actually get a job after they graduate. The other, involvement. We want you to be involved and engaged on campus. We want you to have things to do, because making memories and friends really can help with that transition. And also, research shows the more engaged a student is in the campus community, the more likely they are to graduate. So you having fun actually helps you graduate, which is kind of cool. The other piece is admissions. Can a student meet the admissions requirements? And this was interesting that students brought this up. They said, I wanted to make sure academically I was ready to attend that institution. And so I used admissions criteria to really gauge if I had the right foundation and was academically prepared to be successful at that campus. So looking at admissions criteria. And then another piece of the puzzle that your parents are probably encouraging you to consider is cost. But this is where cost gets a little tricky. We want school to be affordable and reasonable, but you don't always know what that may look like until you work individually with the school to find out your individual costs. Because of things like financial aid, scholarships, maybe some private funding, you really don't know what your out of expense pocket may be unless you engage and have those conversations. So you may see a few slides today that show you the price of college. All of you might have a mini panic attack because it looks like a lot. But sometimes you'll find the most expensive school on paper could actually be the most affordable because of the financial aid options that they're able to provide. So cost matters, but make sure you do your due diligence in your work to make sure that you have a really clear picture of what that costs look like. So those are really some key things I think to hone in on, and making sure that all of those pieces really fit for you as a student. As I was talking, you may have been looking through this slide and realizing these are some of those key things that I encouraged you to consider. Location, environment. WSU is located in Pullman, Washington, pretty much on the other side of the state, right along the Idaho border, about as close to out of state as you can get without technically going out of state, in what is known as a college town, where the town is the university is the town, where the students make up over 60% of the total population. Fun fact, the average age of a student in Pullman is 22 years old. So really a vibrant and engaging community that is based on family, in that true sense that our community is supporting our students at WSU. Academically, we have over 200 programs that you can study, so a wide range of subject fields. So pretty much no matter what you're interested in, we're probably going to have a program that fits that goal and aspiration. But also, please know, we want you to explore all of the options and opportunities available to you. So you do not have to declare your major right away. You can if you want, but we also are huge supporters of students taking time to explore their opportunities and see what doors may be open to them. But again, it's not just do we have a degree, but do we have the right support? And some things you're seeing on here is support services and tier 1 research. We want you to be involved. We want you to have hands-on opportunities. So when you sit down in an interview, you can say, I don't just have a degree, I have experience, I have stories, and I have memories that really allowed me to step foot and start in this career right away. We have amazing support services such as tutoring, academic advising, mentorship. So our students are really taken care of at all aspects, not just academically, but emotionally as well. And then again, those hands-on experiences such as study abroad or research, where you're really getting that in-depth experience with your degree. Involvement opportunities. There's never a lack of things to do in Pullman. We have over 400 student clubs that you can be a part of. We do have our Pac-12 athletics, again, academic interest, athletic interest. No matter what your passions are, we want you to explore those at WSU and have a lot of different ways for you to be able to do that. Cost, over 750 different scholarship opportunities. We do offer financial aid based off of your FAFSA form, which if you don't know what that means, don't worry, you're going to hear that term a lot. And we're here to support you in understanding what all that stuff means. But really what I want you to know is that about 95% of our students are using some sort of funding support, such as scholarships or financial aid, to help pay their cost to come to WSU to make it more affordable. So we're here to work with you to make sure that financially WSU fits as well. Big exciting news for admissions at WSU. We are no longer requiring the SAT or ACT for admissions, not just for admissions, but also for scholarship opportunities. So celebrate. One less thing, hopefully, that you're having to stress about in an already really stressful time. Really, for our admissions, we are going to base most of the weight of the decision on your academic work that you spent 4 years working on and building. So looking at your GPA, your grade trends, and really the classes that you've decided to take to make sure that you're academically ready for the rigor of college. To give you an idea, academically, our average incoming GPA is about a 3.5. So it kind of gives you an idea of where some of our students are falling. It's not a minimum, but again, an average to kind of give you an idea. We are still in COVID. I know we're kind of seeing the finish line, but we're not quite there yet. But because a lot of students are still really navigating that virtual world, we have so many different ways for you to engage with us virtually right now. If you just go to our visit website, visit.wsu.edu, you can learn about all these different ways to connect with WSU in a way that makes sense for you. Again, you can sign up for all of these opportunities on our visit website. Lastly, again, just that connection point, rep.wsu.edu. If you have any questions, we are here to help. Thank you so very much for your time. I know it was fast. I talk extra fast, but so much good information in a short amount of time. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Washington State University. Up next will be St. Martin's University.
All right, thank you so much. Hi everybody, my name is Michael and I'm representing St. Martin's University. I'm an admissions counselor here, so if you're living in the peninsula, west coastal counties or southwest of Washington, you'll be working with me. But if you're in any of the other counties throughout Washington State, our team is amazing and you'll definitely be paired up with an amazing admissions counselor who will be a good resource for you. I'm going to drop in the chat really quick an opportunity for you to come visit our campus. Being a small, tight-knit community, we are able to actually give you an in-person campus tour. And so that's an amazing opportunity that we're able to give you even during COVID times and making sure that you are staying safe at the same time. Where we're located, we're in Lacey, Washington, so super close to the state capital of Olympia. So definitely a very growing city, very suburban still though, so it's not very downtown or urban like Seattle or Tacoma, but it's definitely growing and there's so many kinds of cuisines and things to check out and nature to explore as well. So it's an amazing, like very nice community to be in. Our campus has more than 380 acres of land. So definitely, even though we are a smaller based university, we're on a lot of land. It has a lot of nature, a lot of like beautiful evergreen trees to check out. If you're loving that Pacific Northwest aesthetic, you're definitely going to be there on St. Martin's campus. A little bit about St. Martin's. We are a smaller private Catholic-based university. Just because we are Catholic, however, does not require students to be Catholic themselves. We actually have more than 26 faiths represented on our campus. And so St. Martin's is just a very welcoming community overall and meets you at where you are at as well. So just wanted to touch on that as well. We have a very tight-knit community here. We empower our students to connect, grow, and learn. We have small classroom sizes, average are between 20 and 30, which is very similar to maybe your high school. That was like pre-COVID, of course. Now, in COVID times, those classroom sizes has shrunk even smaller, and we have been able to host even in-person and hybrid options as well as online as of last fall semester. So really pushing our students to really still get that in-person experience has been an amazing opportunity and strength of our small classroom sizes. Of course, we require students to wear face masks all across campus, and of course, asking to physically distance themselves from each other just to make sure that we're not a part of the spread and making sure everyone is staying safe. There's so many leadership opportunities to explore on campus, and whether that's a campus job or you're part of student government or you're involved in a club, there's so many areas of getting involved that you'll definitely learn a lot and grow a lot. These next 4 years are going to be just an amazing growth journey for you no matter where you go to college. And you're definitely probably going to walk out a different person than you did walking in, which is just an amazing opportunity to just do a lot of personal self-growth in that sense too. And again, to just touch on those small classroom sizes, you have the ability to even conduct real research with faculty, depending on your program. The professors will get to know your name. That's how small our classroom sizes are. It's a very engaging classroom environment, and so you're not just going to be known by your student ID number, you'll be known by your name, and that's just another great touch point of the St. Martin's experience. Our students have a voice on campus. We are the second most diverse private university in Washington State, which is just amazing to see that we serve so many underrepresented students and students of color. More than 50% of our student body identifies as Black, Indigenous, or person of color. We have an amazing AHANA program, which is like an early start where students of color, incoming freshman students can move in early and be a part of this program to be partnered with a mentor and really get a good transition into the college experience. And this also just helps to empower them in making sure that they feel comfortable in going into college. And then a lot of our students are first generation as well in college, so they are the first ones in their family to go to college. I was as well, so I really appreciated my admissions counselor when I was navigating the college process. I had no idea what FAFSA was or loans. I've never taken out a loan before in my entire life. My parents had so many questions, so just know that you will be supported when you're entering the admissions process and making sure that all of your questions are answered. And then we have a lot of great affinity spaces for our students as well. And here you can see just a couple of those that we offer. We have more than 40 clubs to join on campus, and a lot of those are cultural-based clubs. So again, just showing that we represent so many different cultures on our campus. Some of my favorite ones are the Hawaii Club. We have a Black Student Union, Latinx Student Alliance, a Filipino Heritage Club, so many different cultures represented with lots of food, dance, music, and so many things that they share to our campus community. Campus housing, we have an amazing resident hall life. We have 4 total buildings of campus housing that you can live in. So here is an example of the first year resident hall, Parsons Hall, that you would most likely be living in your first year. Really cool bonus of all of our rooms. Every room comes with a microwave and a mini fridge. So that's pretty cool. And every resident hall will have a lounge space, community kitchens, and even a convenience store for you to buy some quick snacks or supplies. Here are the programs that we offer. So it's quite a long list. So we have 28 and counting, as we like to say. We're always adding and improving our programs to just fit the needs of what our students want to study here. And you can find all this on our website as well. So I'm just gonna go to the next slide. We also offer 4+1 fast track master's degrees. So this is an amazing opportunity for you to get both a bachelor's and a master's degree within 5 years, which would typically usually take 6 to 7 years if you're doing it in a traditional route. So definitely let us know if you would be interested in that. Scholarships. Scholarships is probably the most important aspect of your college decision process. We offer so much in financial aid. Usually private universities have a higher sticker price, and you might see that as you're looking at different tuition rates, but Private universities also give some of the biggest merit scholarships and scholarships in general. Upon admissions, you will have automatic eligibility for a merit scholarship. And those merit scholarships range between $23,000 every year down to $18,000 per year. So definitely an amazing opportunity for you to really have funding for your tuition and make that an opportunity for you. Your admissions counselor will be a great resource for you to figure out financial aid and getting that FAFSA into us and making sure that all the financial aid is making sense to you. Everything is super transparent. That's really our goal. And, kind of our why of, making sure to be a resource for you. We are committed to our students' success, and that really shows as you interact with literally anyone on campus, our financial aid office, our admissions office, so many different offices are here to serve you, especially our career center. We want to make sure that you're not only successful during your time at St. Martin's, but especially afterwards and finding a job, because that's really the goal, right? Get that degree and then get that job so you can, live a life that you would like to. 90% of our graduates are placed within 6 months. So what that placed means is finding a job or going on to grad school within 6 months. I believe the national average is like at 76% of graduates find a job within 6 months. So we're definitely making sure that our students are successful within those 6 months of graduating. But we're only trying to increase that number, and we have this amazing program called the Saints Promise. It's a 4-year career readiness program that if you complete it, all 4 years, there's a couple requirements every year that you will be ready to find a job. And if you are actively looking and you can't find a job within 6 months, we'll give you an internship or an extra semester of master's courses at no charge for an extra time, some extra money, to just keep looking for a job. All right, here is our application checklist. Our application is actually free, so there's no fee to pay. And we do work with the common application, so that's awesome. But yeah, you can see some of the application checklist items, and we are completely test free, so an SAT or ACT test score is completely optional. We do have some changes due to COVID. We are offering virtual visits as well if you don't feel comfortable coming to campus. I did drop that link in the chat, so definitely check us out if you want to come for a visit. You'll still be eligible to receive that $500 visit award. And this is our team, and I'm wrapping up my presentation, but please reach out to our Office of Admissions and we will get you connected with your admissions counselor and answer your questions, anything that you have. All right, thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, St. Martin's, and thank you to all of our panelists for your great presentations. We do have time remaining, so attendees, if you have any additional questions for our panelists, please do feel free to send them through the Q&A. While we're waiting to see what questions come in, why don't we do a round or two of questions here ourselves? 10 minutes is not very long to cover everything about your schools. So what is one thing you did not have time to present on that you'd like to quickly introduce now? And we'll go in that same order, leading off with Clark College.
Awesome, thank you. I would like to share about a super fun event that we hold on campus every year called our Spring Thing. This is our kickoff to the summer. It's a big celebration. We bring in bounce houses and rock climbing walls and mechanical bulls and face painting and tons of free food. And I think it's a great example of all the fun you can have on our campus. Even as a community college, when you're not living on site, there's lots of excitement. And I hope that some of you get to come enjoy that with us sometime in the future. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Washington State.
Thank you. So really covered most of the important things that you need to know now, but just giving a quick COVID update on where we are at. We are excited to announce that our campus will be offering a robust in-person start in the fall. So we are so excited to see our students back on campus. Obviously, things might look a little bit different than they did before, but still very, very excited to start offering some in-person opportunities. That also is going to hold true for our visitation opportunities. Right now, we are still operating virtually, but we are starting to work through the process of what an in-person visit might look like. And so over the summer, moving into the fall, you are going to be able to step foot on campus and engage with other students, maybe with a mask on and maybe while carrying some hand sanitizer, but still being on campus, engaging with other human beings. And I don't know about you, but I'm very much looking forward to that. So very cool updates. We're not there yet, but we're getting there.
Great, thank you. St. Martin's.
Yeah, just one more thing that I would like to mention is that we do have sports on campus. We are in the NCAA Division II tournament. So if you are interested in being a student athlete without, being with some added flexibility in your time, things like that, and we do offer athletic scholarships, just let us know. That is just one more great part of our campus culture, and we love cheering on our fellow athletes.
Thank you. And my last question, as admissions professionals and people who went through the college search process yourselves, what is one piece of advice you have for someone going through the college search process now, whether that be questions to ask, people to talk to, things to look for, etc.? Clark?
Yeah, thank you. That's a good question. I would suggest, if you have the opportunity to visit the campuses that you're considering, to take advantage of that. We at Clark have some limited tours available for students who are attending our senior launchpad event, and those will continue to open up more. I highly encourage you to go check out the campuses in person, because that's the best way to figure out what the culture looks like and how it fits you. That would be my suggestion. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Washington State.
So my advice would be to get connected. Admissions counselors are a great place to start. We are here to help you. You are what makes our job fun. If you don't email us and talk to us, you've got nothing cool to do. So know that we are here to support you, and it really does make, I would say, the process a lot easier. We don't want this to be stressful, confusing. We do not want it to increase your anxiety. We want to reduce all of that, because this is an exciting part of your life, and we want to keep it exciting and fun. So definitely get connected. All these universities are here to help and support you. And then the other, I would say, you're probably going to hear this frequently, meet the deadlines. They matter. A lot of times a deadline is that, it's a deadline. And I wouldn't want to sit at the table with my family and say, well, I could have gotten $1,000, but I turned it in at 12:01 instead of 12. You're probably not getting seconds that night. So meet your deadlines. It's really important, and get connected, because we're here to help.
Thank you. St. Martin's.
Yeah, definitely echoing what Kara said, those are great suggestions. Definitely just relax. It's stressful, and I'm sure, senior year hasn't been easy, especially in COVID times, but your admissions counselors, no matter what schools you're looking at, are your resource. And just, send an email. No question is a dumb question. I would really try to start a list of saying what kind of class size or campus location, campus size that you're looking for. Are you going to thrive at a big campus, smaller base campus? And that's really a very individualistic and up to you determination. So definitely just kind of start figuring those out, and then you can make your decisions later on where you're attending once you have your financial aid talks and things like that.
Okay, thank you. All very good advice. Attendees, we certainly hope that you take the invitations and reach out to all of these institutions to continue the conversations. This does bring us to the end of this session. So we want to again thank all of our panelists for joining us, and definitely thank all of our attendees. We hope you learned a bit from these presentations. Before we do end this session, just a few quick housekeeping items. When you do close this window, you will receive a very quick 4-question survey that we ask that you take a minute to complete. And again, there are 2 other blocks of sessions coming up. So if you haven't signed up for those yet, please do so. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website. But thank you again to everybody, and to all of our students. Good luck in your college search. Have a great day.